Once upon a time, in a world much like our own, there was a land where many creatures, big and small, lived in harmony. But, as in all lands, there were struggles. Some creatures, born of the earth and sky, found their lives harder than others. They were told by the rulers of the land that things could never change, that the way it was how it would always be. But in this world, there were also creatures who refused to believe that. These creatures gathered, wise and spirited, and decided it was time for a change that would benefit all the creatures no matter their size or shape. In the very beginning of their journey, the creatures looked to the ant. The ant was small, so small that it might have been easy to overlook, but what the ant lacked in size it made up for in persistence. Every day, the ant carried tiny grains of food, each one no bigger than a speck of dust, back to its home. The ants knew that slow and steady wins the race. No matter how many obstacles they faced, rain, wind, or even predators, they kept marching forward.
We cannot stop now. I'll work those small matters.
And then, there was the lion. The lion was regal and proud, its roar echoing across the land. Unlike the ant, the lion didn't work in silence, the lion's presence was known. The lion knew that change required courage, a kind of bravery that could stir the hearts of the very earth itself.
I will lead. I will show the others that we do not have to live in fear. We have strength.
The lion and the ant became unlikely allies. The ant showed the lion how to move steadily, not rushing in haste but working patiently. The lion, in turn, taught the ant to stand tall, to speak loud and proud when the time was right. As they journeyed deeper into the land of struggle, the creatures met a wise eagle, soaring high above, its eyes sharp and true. From the skies the eagle could see things no one else could. It could see the entire land, from the villages of the smallest creatures to the farthest corners of the kingdom.
We need vision. We need to see the land as it could be, not just as it is. If we are to change this world, we must first imagine it.
The creatures gathered their hearts around the eagle's vision, and together they moved forward, each step more sure than the last. But the eagle alone could not accomplish what needed to be done. They needed unity, and that's when they encountered the elephant. The elephant was not as fast or as graceful as the eagle, but the elephant's strength was unmatched.
Together we are unstoppable.
The elephant carried wisdom beyond its years, knowing that the greatest change could only come when every creature, small and large, quiet and loud, stood together.
When we unite, we form an unbreakable force. No wall is too high, no challenge too great.
The next lesson came from the wolf, who traveled in a pack. The wolf knew that change was never a solo journey. The wolf's strength came from the unity of its pack, each member playing its part. "We are stronger together," the wolf howled under the moonlight. "No wolf survives alone, and neither will we." The creatures knew that the road ahead would be long and difficult, and they would need more than just strength. They needed speed. And so, they looked to the cheetah, the fastest of all the creatures. The cheetah didn't waste a single moment. With each flash of its golden coat, the cheetah taught the creatures the value of quick action. But only when the time was right. "When the wind is at our backs," the cheetah said, its eyes glinting, "we must move swiftly and with purpose. Speed will win us battles, but only if we don't rush blindly." As the journey grew more difficult, the creatures faced the greatest challenges yet. They encountered the snake, who had shed its skin countless times. "Change is inevitable," the snake hissed, its body winding around the trees. "To grow, you must shed your old ways. Do not fear transformation, embrace it." The snake had learned the hardest lesson, that change was not just about fighting, but about evolving. The movement needed to transform, to leave behind old ways of thinking, to discard what no longer served them. And finally there was the owl, perched on a tall branch, watching everything with wise eyes.
"Remember," the owl said, its voice gentle but strong, "reflection is just as important as action. Never lose sight of your purpose. In the quiet moments, pause and see how far you've come. And if you lose your way, return to the light."
And so, the creatures continued on their path. The ant's diligence, the lion's courage, the eagle's vision, the elephant's unity, the wolf's community, the cheetah's speed, the snake's transformation, and the owl's wisdom all combined into something unstoppable. They knew that they would face obstacles, many of them, There would be fear to overcome, division to heal, and resistance to push through. But they also knew that they would succeed, not because of any one creature's strength, but because they would fight together, as one. And so, they began to dismantle the systems that had kept the land divided. They worked together to build something new, a land where all creatures, big and small, had the freedom to live as equals. As the creatures looked out upon the land, they realized something simple but profound. This was only the beginning. The road ahead would be long, but with each step, they would grow stronger. And so, dear listener, the story of the United Justice Movement begins, just as it always has, with those willing to stand together, to speak out, and to dream of a better world. It is a tale of hope, of transformation, and most importantly, of unity. Let it remind us all that, like the creatures of the land, we too can create a world where justice, fairness, and love prevail, if we walk the path together. The end? No. This is merely the start. The journey continues, and it's your turn to add your voice to the tale.